Hi, happy Friday. What a glorious day it is. It's in the low 40s and raining, and I just got an alert on my phone that said we're going to be in, well, certain areas. It didn't say exactly where. I would assume the metro Atlanta area, since that's what was, whatever, I don't know. It could be Valdosta for all I know, but it said 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. 60. And I thought 30 was bad the other day. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. Why are we discussing weather? Well, because it's a big thing, okay? It's just a big thing. And tornadoes and thunderstorms and blah. Oh my. But the 10-day forecast this morning, I mean, it changes every few minutes, but there was a snowflake, an actual snowflake on the 10-day. And on that day, the low is, I don't know, 17, and the high's 38 or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but snow. It might snow. It feels like it could snow right now. It sure does. Penelope has on her raincoat. That sounded like a gunshot, didn't it? Well, that's terrifying. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't. But it sure sounded like it. Okay. Yeah, oh, your jacket come undone. Hold on. Okay, anyway. It's got a Velcro strap that goes under her belly. And when she flapped, it flopped. It just come unstrapped. So we don't want anything to come unstrapped. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's kind of a miserable, cold day. Well, let me tell you how my night went. Do you want to know? You're going to find out anyway, because I'm about to tell you. Well, okay. Sleeping has been kind of weird for me this week. Just, I don't know. I go through this every now and then. Usually I sleep quite well through the night and don't, but it's like a few days a month. It seems like it happens all the same week or whatever, you know. But I was sleeping so good last night, so good. And I woke up and it was a little after 3. And I was like, why am I waking up at this time? Well, Penelope got up. And she came up there and just sat staring at me. It's quite unnerving. And, you know, I don't mean to compare her to Charlie, but I have to, because that was the last dog, you know, before her. If I said to Charlie in the middle of the night when he was staring at me, do you need to go out? He would whine, and then he would run to the foot of the bed, because that's where he liked for me to pick him up and get him off the bed. Right? Not this one. She no speak the English. Hey, come this way. I say, do you want to go out? And she just stares at me. There's no change. There's no movement. There's no... Just staring at me. Are you cold? Do you need something to drink? Do you need to get off the bed? Do you want to go out? I mean, like, I keep going through these questions. So, this continues on with her staring at me. So I said, well, you got to move so I can get up. She just sits staring at me, and I'm like, give me something here, okay? Just give me a little something. So I finally just throw the covers back, and she gets, you know, she moves over, and I get up, and I put her down, and she goes out into the hallway and looks back at me like, what are we doing? I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. I have no idea. Please tell me what we're doing. So She goes in the kitchen and gets water. Then she goes to the back door. I let her out. Come on. And I go out with her with my big handy dandy flashlight. And she just sits in the yard and looks at me. So I'm that crazy neighbor that's out at 3:30 in the morning, because by this point it is 3:30, because I kept trying to go back to sleep and she wouldn't let me. Go pee! Go pee! I'm yelling, go pee! And she's just sitting staring at me, and I'm like, I'm going back in. Which I don't, but you know, I like to threaten. So she finally goes over and goes potty. And then she turns around and we go back in, right? Cool. Well, I go back to bed. She runs in there, puts her little paws on the side of the bed. I pick her up, put her on the bed. I get under the covers, get all toasty warm. She's still staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me? I don't know what you want. Come here, I'll give you some loving, right? So I cuddle her in, and I'm rubbing her belly, and I'm doing all the things. As soon as I stop rubbing her belly, she sits back up staring at me, and I'm like, I don't know what you want. It's 3:30, now it's 3:45, and you're just staring at me, and you've been out, and you've had water, and you've had loving, and I don't know what to do, but I want to go back to sleep. You let me go back to sleep. I finally went back to sleep. I turned my back on her. Yes, I did. I was like a mad wife. I was like, I'm just rolling over and turning my back to you. I ain't talking to you no more, because it is now 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going back to sleep. Like she understood a word that I was saying, but I think she got the message when I turned my back to her, because she did go lay down and go back to sleep. So, but I mean, I did try that much earlier, turning my back to her. It didn't work, because she just walked around to the other side of the bed to stare at me. But the second time I did it, she went and laid down. So I don't know what all that was about. I'm like, Lassie, is Timmy in the pond? Do I need to go save Timmy from the pond, Lassie? You're not really helping me know what to do. I'm checking my fence, because it looks like it's... No, it's closed. I don't know, it looked weird. Okay, let's go back in. Thankfully, it did not rain on us, so that was a pretty good time. But now, we'll wait on those 60-mile-an-hour winds, and yeah, I'll be back. Hi, welcome to my bathroom floor. I have a clog. I have a clog that I can't get unclogged. Yeah. So I called a friend of mine who is a plumber and said, I said, help. And he called me. Well, I texted him, and he called me, and he said, look, take some hot water and pour in the sink and put a cloth in your whatever hole, and then plunge it. And I was like, well, okay, I've already plunged it a few times, but we'll try it with hot water this time. And he said, yeah, make sure it's hot, and make sure you put that cloth in your hole. And I said, well, okay. I got the cloth in the hole, and I plunged it, and a bunch of black stuff come up out of my sink. And I said, well, I'm going to keep working on it. And I'll give you a call Monday, because he's trying to save me some money, right? So I got this here thing off of Amazon. It's like a large bottle brush, and I've stuck that in there. And then I got this other thing. I don't know where it is. It's like a long snake with a little pinchy thing on the end of it. I've been using that, and you know, I did get some hair and muck out of there. I also removed the stopper by watching a YouTube video, and Yeah, and now I've removed the P-trap by watching a YouTube video. My friend Carrie, who works for the trucking company, said you can remove the P-trap, just make sure you have a bucket. And I was like, cool. So I got me a big bucket and I removed the P-trap and it was clear. So then she said to take some baking soda and pour it down in there and pour some vinegar on it, and it'll boil through whatever's clogging it. And so now I've done that, and I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. My dad has one of those little sink plungers instead of my big toilet plunger that he's gonna let me use or come over and do it tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it's not an emergency because I do have other sinks that I can use and everything else is working fine. It's just this one. And yeah, my main one. But yeah, that's how I'm spending my Friday night, is sitting on the floor in the bathroom trying to get my sink fixed. Rude. Just rude. Okay, I have given up on the sink for now, and I have moved on to cooking me some dinner, and yeah, you know, just moving on with life. I'm just gonna ignore the whole sink thing in there because it's not gonna work. But anyway, I just have one more thing to tell you or say or whatever, and then I'm gonna let you go. And I'm sorry this video is so late. It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening, but it's been a day. Okay. I just have one thing to say. I read something where an inmate so they said that inmates in New Jersey get to pick what prison they go to. So there is an inmate who picked one of the women's prisons in New Jersey where she wants to spend her time. Except she is trans and she still has her boy parts, okay? So they let her go to the women's prison with her boy parts. 2 inmates are now pregnant by her. So now they're rethinking that idea that maybe she shouldn't be in the women's prison. You think? Because I know whatever you want to say is you identify as, that's fine and all and good and all that stuff. But if you still have boy parts, then and you're still operating like a boy, meaning you're getting people impregnated, then you have to be with the boys. That's how prisons work. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I think they still do this, when we had one come in that was trans, if they still had boy parts or girl part, whatever they had, we put them in a protected area so that no one else could get to them. And they couldn't get to anyone else to impregnate. Or be the favorite inmate in the pod, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, New Jersey might need to rethink that, letting them pick where they go, because, no. But she is complaining because she identifies as a she, and she doesn't want to be in the male's prison. But she still got a boy part, so that's a hang up right there with that. There's a flaw in the plan, is all I'm saying. Identify however you want, but if you still got boy parts, you got to be with the boys. That's all I'm saying. In prison. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, because I'm going to eat dinner and I'm going to forget this day happened. I mean, it was a good day. It was a great day. I just, it is what it is. I'm just gonna I'll be like Scarlett and I'll think of that another day. Yes, we'll think of that sink another day. I don't think anything that me or my dad's gonna do tomorrow is gonna fix that sink. I think it's gonna require a plumber. And yes, but I would like to say when I was plumbing today, I did not show my crack. No, I did not. Anyway, I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people will be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, okay? Okay, goodbye.